This may be a cooldown one. I want to see some more KR cooldowns happening.
I hope so. We saw the ban yesterday on Infernal Shrines, actually, for the cooldown in the same draft. I hope we see him today. I don't know if we'll see that from HGC. Very difficult hero. So
Maybe from Lockdown.
maybe.
I'm hoping.
Maybe.
And even Falstad's win rate, we have not seen Falstad for a while, but it's pretty high, especially for Korea. I believe around high 70s to close to 80% win rate right now. Especially because the highest teams, L5, Black, and also Tempest, using only sometimes when they have the chance to do so.
Okay. Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Not Tomb of the Sky Temple.
No, not
Nope.
not Tome either. It's Tomb. All right. I know one guy out there like thinks it's called Tome of the Spider Queen. I just taught you. All right. Use correct English.
Wolf English 101.
When someone mispronounces a word, you know it means they read it a lot and decided how they thought it'd be pronounced without ever using it, which is not always a bad thing. But
they read it a lot.
They read it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of information out there that's false as well, but that's another story for another time. ETC hover here. They will look to ban the Ariel again, though, knowing Tempest's success with the hero yesterday. Or they want to take it themselves, but to be frank with you, G-Clef, I don't think RRR has the mechanical prowess to correctly use an Ariel. I don't think it would serve them well.
They also do not prefer to play Ariel too much compared to the other teams.
Certainly not. The Uther ban instead. What are they looking for with this?
Maybe just a throwaway ban, maybe a support choke from the beginning.
But what do they want in their slot?
Rrr.
They're not going to get the Ariel.
Rrr if they want to go dive.
ETC could be their pick as well. I mean, Teklu got a few good moshes.
Yeah.
They might want to stick with what's worked for them. They might be like, okay, like, how did we win fights? Okay, Lust Boy, all right.
Maybe they just, maybe the feedback from game number 1 for them was Divine Shield came out at the perfect timing, and we couldn't get a kill because of it. So banning Uther, I think that could have been the start for them.
Also, too, the Divine Shield was what sometimes saved them against the mosh pits. Because like a 3-man mosh, they're like, Divine Shield Johanna, then she can Blessed Shield it. It's going to be Tassadar, though.
Yeah, oftentimes they bring Tassadar for the flexibility, for flex, and they can also bring in lots of other ones like Grey Main, sometimes arranged, but oftentimes the Grey Main. But feels like Tempest will actually have the chance to take that away from them.
Grey Main, Rhaegar available. Malthael, something they've been really prioritizing. I think the ETC though. So that's always painful on this map to let that go. So where are we headed, RRR, with this? Is it a Vala pick?
Maybe
Kong's Vala is okay. Odug's okay.
thinking in the same train, following game 1. Did they play Johanna at all? I do not think so yet.
No, not yet.
Oh, just once. Take a look, played it once.
I think it was on their last series. I can check that. It's not in their last series against Raven.
And they won, actually, with 1-0. So it has to be a while ago.
It was against Mighty on Tomb of the Spider Queen, actually. It was a
Rhaegar
Tassadar draft with Vala carry. So they could go into the Johanna Vala, which is what they did last time. Oh, is this the same draft? No. Could be, though, because this was a Rhaegar Tassadar draft with the Vala against Mighty. This was a few weeks ago. I think it was the first week of Garrosh.
Yeah, I think last weekend.
Yeah, maybe last week.
Early last weekend.
Yeah.
So seems like this time Tempest wants to have Sonya on their own. Lucio. Korean teams has been banning Lucio a lot, especially when they already picked the double supports. You do not want to give the momentum, the movement speed onto the other side. But if H82 just takes a Sonya, Sonya will basically destroy the top lane. Unless RRR takes something like the Dehaka, Leoric, and just all-in Vala again.
I don't think they will. I think you are absolutely correct, and I don't think they can run Leoric anymore, and I don't think they can run Dahaka anymore, because they want to go down this Vala comp with the Rhaegar Tastar we saw and we were talking about just earlier.
What was the last one?
Arthas was their sole laner in that game, but it did not go as well as they would have liked. Sure, they won the game. It was a weird game with the Garrosh Genji comp. This is when we were like talking about like where Garrosh is good and why he's only good against dive and wasn't dive. Stukov will come out. Leoric is taken already. Arthas is not as strong versus this comp as it was against the comp of Miracle when they ran that. So what will be the solo laner is the big question. For RRR, we already know Vala is the planned damage, unless they change their minds here, but I think this is still pretty solid. I don't think they need to go away from the Vala. I don't really think they could go into the Lunara here very safely against Stukov and ETC. That's very risky for the early game and also the team fights later with Stukov. Again, we're taking this in terms of RRR. Could MVP Black pull it off? Sure. But RRR, feeling like probably want to stick with the Vala that worked for them last time on this map.
Is Vala enough against all the CC? And once she's trapped in any of the CC, I think she will just die instantly, even with the shield, even with the Ancestral.
Falstad Vala.
Okay, that's some change.
That's definitely a change.
Yes, sir.
So Falstad's going to be the solo laner against the Leoric. Can certainly be quite strong for the Falstad.
Of course, having ranged against Leoric can be... And she can have an easy time up there as a solo lane.
But it's not going to be as much of a solo lane as it normally is on Tomb of the Spider Queen, so he'll be between the top and mid lanes and often even in the bottom lane because it's going to take Royal Focus.
Yeah, so even if you're pushing the lane, you do need to be careful, especially when you have ETC on the other side. As the lanes are not to fall apart. What's it going to be? Leoric top lane, and what's a good addition to Greymane ETC Stukov rotation?
Just looking for the final support. Tyrande maybe is actually like not a bad idea, I think. Because you have ETC Tyrande for the early game to try to crush the lane. Oh, they're going to go Karazim. I think Hong Kong's kind of sweet on Karazim right now, man. I think he's got a little man crush going on. He's having a lot of fun.
He's found the perfect hero for himself. It's like, he's like, I can play a support, but I'll also do tons of damage later on, you know?
I was like so associating the two of them together in my draft. I just wrote down Hong Kong instead of Karazim. Like, they're like the same person to me now. All right, let's go into game number 2. Find out if this adaptation to the draft that RRR defeated Miracle on in game number 1 will find success here against Tempest Stukov draft as we head into Tomb of the Spider Queen. In blue, RRR. Uduk on Tastar, MSG on Vala, ETD on Rhaegar, Kong on Falstad, and Tekaluk on Johanna.
In red, Tempest. Hide on Stukov, Honkona on Karazim, Lockdown on Greymane, Sign on ETC, and H82 on Leoric.
Uduk on the...
And Kong on Falstad.
Okay, so ETG is playing Rhaegar.
Big changes.
Big changes indeed. Big shoes to fill on the Rhaegar for ETG, who's known for both her Falstad and Tassadar play.
And also, Kong often overextends a lot and gets punished all the time. And he's playing Falstad. I don't think that's a good sign. He
has played Falstad. The Falstad play for him and for Magi back in the day, like early 2015, they kind of, well, that was like the super global meta, right? Where like Brightwing was first ban. Oh, hold that thought. Already the kill. ETC is strong in the early game, man. So I'm saying, the first 5 minutes, you better be trying to get a kill every chance you get. I
swear at the last second, before Vala blew up, she had 60% health. And then she just blew up after the silence.
So going back to what saying, like, Kong has played a lot of Falstad because he was the specialist player, he was the split push player. He also has played the Falstad versus Sylvanas top lane matchup so many times as the Falstad on Sky Temple back in the day. He's very familiar with the hero, but it's been a while, and I do wonder if he will overextend as Oduk almost gets taken out here. HGC protecting the Tastar this time instead of playing it.
It's also Sign CTC. He spots the other enemy team just in the bush all the time. That also gives the pressure onto the other team because you do not know where the ETC is. He finally shows himself, but they're trying to bait it at the same time.
Okay. HGC again, looking for this. Tekluke does have his ability to cleanse himself, or maybe he already used it. Actually, looks like he did. He gets taken out, so...
Actually,
this is how you use an ETC in the early game. This is how you do it.
What's your silence is also Johanna cannot actually use the trade, I believe. So that's also a good thing. But did not go into the lurking arm upgrade at 1. Okay,
yeah, I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
It's
That's
for the W one. It's for the slow.
Yeah. It's a bit wonky. Like, no, he has to go lurking arm.
That's the way.
I mean, he's fired. Okay, Oduk. That was a very aggressive rotation in by Tempest. Will get away, though. It is actually lockdown going into the full Dami build. Not Eyes in the Dark, though. So might even be human range. Much more common against heavy melee, though. So I think it will probably lose in Duelist with this. We have seen human range. Quicksilver bullets, I think is the technical term for it. We've seen it quite a lot this week and a little bit last week. Have a shift there. Oh, look at this. Body block and sliding through. See you later. There's an overextension for you. The gem's not recovered. Oh, he wants to body block the recovery. Oh, body block that recovery. No gems for you, take a look.
Feels bad.
Take a look at that despawn. That's what he's saying.
Well, Kong, even as a tank, he overextended and blew up so many times. So that's exactly what was. It was a big worry for me to have a squishy Falstad on himself. Ugh. Getting punished. I think we'll see a few more like that coming out from Sign.
Let's see how RR deals with the first web weaver push, because I mean there's reasonably no way they were going to be able to defend it. And I just want to see like what their lane distribution is. They're keeping Kong in the top lane for now. Oh boy. Again, Sign just with these great power slides. Silence, there's no way HGC was going to get out. Take a look, can't even recover the gems, so again, more gems lost. MSG almost dies. Oh, he has the cocktail angle. That was so scary.
That was scary. He realized it right after.
Yeah, he was like, wait a minute, I think I might kill him. Like so he actually did get human range. So I was going to say, let's see where they split. Like, are they going to leave Tastar in the top lane, or is it going to be Falstad? And it just, at the end of the day, it actually turns out being they lose, you know, a member. They almost lose 2. So 2 of the 5 members they wanted to have on the split for the defense are in the Hall of Storms. 1 on healing duty, 1 on respawn. Oh, Honko is finally going to get that EGG pick he was looking for. Nope. So close. So that's going to be a fort down. Kong did get a lot of soak in the top lane. Royal Focus going to send Leoric down here. Here comes the flight. They don't have Gust. They're going to look for a pick here. Take a look with the 4-man Condemn. But HG2 is coming in.
There's a bigger power slide, and he's caught and gone instantly. There's a big silence for Tekluke and also out of mana. That might be a problem.
Lockdown is so low. But
there's a mini ancestral.
So good. Oh, look at another 3-man power slide. Didn't have vision of him.
Ooh,
didn't respect it. Cocktail, does he have it?
He survive. Yes, he does.
So gets out. Very greedy is Tempest in these moments. So I guarantee you Sign is the one who's making these calls. He's like, no, wait, guys. He's like, they think I'm gone. So
whenever he sees the angle of going in with the power slide, just landing on all the stunts that he wants to. If he DC had stacks on power slide, I think Sign can do the best.
So beyond that EZ pick, like that was actually pretty well handled by RRR, all things considered. They didn't lose anybody else, only losing the one member.
Lost a lot of the buildings though, structure-wise.
I mean, they're not even holding enough for a turn-in, so Tempest is looking for the double here. Look zoned, 13 turned in already. Honkono is super aggressive. I know there's nothing to fear. There's no engage for RRR because they don't have level 10 yet. So I was talking about how ETC dominates this early game. There's no like Diablo to worry about. There's no melee. There's no high mobility hero. There's no ganker. There's no Muradin. You're like, oh, I got Condemn. And that's all you've got. Now level 10 on the other side. Entomb is used. Oduck has to dimensional shift early. Now he doesn't have it. Cleanse is used even on him, but he's going to die regardless, and that's another long cooldown for
Sign
that
doesn't
cleanse.
even lock in Mosh Pit. Maybe he will actually go stage dive here as they're just out-macroing this entire team.
I mean, they are destroying them right now. I want to see Sign lock in stage dive and have him stage dive the Hall of Storms and get knocked out, okay? That's what I want to see.
At the last moment.
That's exactly what I need to see.
Man, they are destroying them right now. This push is insane. Once they overextend like MSG or Kong, once they go out of the gate, Sign will power slide you and body block you out of the way.
Still don't have 10 yet, and they're just pushing this through. Top is being pushed by Leoric, so it's still very healthy. Boss the healthiest.
It is always into, but maybe we'll see some March coming in once after the pass. There's a silence, cannot shift away once there is a silence.
Nope. Honkono's like, or not, sorry, Honkono. Lockdown's like, yeah, trying to mount even in your own base, I'm not going to allow that.
Man.
Systematic domination here. It almost looks like we're headed to a perfect game. Very close to that.
Stage dive, it is, from Sign.
Stage dive, okay. Well, this is definitely going to be good because Rain is on the other side. That's what he was waiting for. He's like, Rain of Vengeance. Obviously, it's going to be Blessed Shield, so wants to have another option to gain more use out of his heroic because he will be interrupted by both of those very easily. No way we see Falling Sword. Like, literally no way.
Why not? See? She's holding it. If you're going to do stage dive, I'll do a mini stage dive. A semi-stage dive. And provide some stuns.
Falling Sword just needs to get buffed, man. I want it to get the Meteor Strike treatment from Overwatch. That's what it needs.
Meteor
Oh,
Strike.
look
There's
at this. Silence, slow. Force out Dimensional Shift early. It is going to be Blessed Shield. Rip the dream. Sorry, G-Club. Remember when I wanted it? It was my dream for so many years, or not years, but months, for Twilight Dream to become the meta. That came true. Maybe one day you'll get your Blessed Shield dream.
Please. We'll see. We'll also see March coming out from Leoric later on too, possibly with the buff later on. There's an Entomb onto Bala. Does miss the drain though. There's a silence comes in. No damage. Seems like they're going for the keep.
Good. Gust is good.
There's the Rain 3-man CC, but stage dive comes in.
Oh, and look at that Ancestral Sign. In good position, you're getting so much done with this power slide. Tempest is actually just out-sustaining. They haven't lost anybody yet. Condemn does come through. Bala's going to be the first pick, and somehow, someway, Tempest doesn't lose anybody.
They were all staying together so that Kerosene can do maximum healing, and Stukov, once the cooldown was... Oh, barely survived! Man, this is a domination we're seeing here.
Well, we haven't seen a game this one-sided in a while. This is a perfect game, and not only is it a perfect game, it's a very perfect game. No objectives given. And that is going to be 11-0, the 10-minute 6-2 in structures. Perfect game win for Tempest in game 2. And this series looks like it might be coming to an end right after this commercial break, G-Clef. Don't see any way back into this one.
I think you're true. And the moment they stayed in for Charism healing, that was enough. And Stukov can basically give, once you're staying together, get all the Qs in, and then just pop that D. That's the mini Ancestral for all the members who will barely back at full health. And then they started wiping out again. What a crazy play. That Gust was good. Rain of Vengeance, okay. They need a little bit more focusing onto each target. They just gave a lot of time to get the healing coming out from Karazim and also Stukov later on.
Sign also really turned that fight because he stunned everybody at their most vulnerable moment, and then Honkono got his heal. Then he's face melted, and then he has a second heal, and then it's
And so on.
you know how the story ends. It's not a good ending for RRR. But they will have a short commercial break to get their thoughts together.
Bring your sodas. Go brush your teeth.
Go brush your teeth. Get a soda.
Whatever Wolf says all the time, and
make sure that you know, the dogs have food and water.
let them sleep, guys. I know it's late for you guys.
Go fold your socks you got hanging up. Maybe go get some clothes to fold for the last game. It's going to be perhaps a one-sided one. And we'll see you guys in about 2 to 7 minutes or so. Ish.